Good morning. So here I am, Miss Waldeck. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about my ninth grade flag football unit that we do in PE. It's one of the first units we do in the fall when the kids come in. It's during football season. A lot of them are into March Madness, so it is the absolute perfect time to do this unit. So as you can see here, the main focus of the unit is to get the kids used to critiquing their own skills, their own performance, whether it's what they're doing in the games or it's the strategies that they're doing. They're working on reflecting themselves and learning how to fix that, as well as analyzing their own personal character development as they go along and play in the tournaments, the scrimmages, and just them working together all in a group. So that's the standard. The overall big idea is I can live a healthy life. Every single unit that we do, we want the kids to be able to take with them into their future life, whether they're 30 years old or they're 80 years old. We want them to be able to use the basic skills in order to always live a healthy life. Some of the essential questions that go along with this unit, you can see here. How does it affect your physical, mental, and emotional health? But in general, more specific to this unit, how can we move efficiently and effectively? And what different ways can the body move to give a specific purpose? So that kind of focuses a little bit more on the exact football unit and more of the strategies and whatnot that's going on during the game. The enduring understandings, again, you have an idea of the physical, mental, and emotional wellness, as well as repetition of proper techniques that lead to improvement. This goes hand in hand with being able to critique a movement to get better at it as well. So basically, how the unit works is we start off reviewing some of the basic skills. Some of the students coming from middle school either never got this instruction or they came from a different school, so we review the basic skills such as throwing, catching, basic offense and defense, and then each of the students have certain groups that they go into. More of like the students get to choose their own groups and they work on different drills that work on putting all of those skills and offense and defense together in one shot. After that, the students then go on to more of a team-based unit or a section of the unit where they have their own team and they're practicing those drills together and trying to identify different positions that each person could play in order for them to participate in a game in a tournament that is coming up. So as a team, they're working together, they're doing these drills, and then what they do is after they create their own playbook. So as you can see here, they have to create their own team name. They have a different order of positions where, I'm not telling them to do anything. It's more self-run by the students. They are deciding which person would be best for each position. And then we have a basic breakdown. Obviously, they don't have as many students to make a full football team. That's why we're making small-sided ones. And then you have basic game rules. And so in their playbook here, they're creating a name for their play, and then this is where they will draw up everything that their play has going on and describe it here at the bottom. So as a team, they have an idea of what they want to run. And after that, after they create their plays, they practice their plays, that's when we go into the scrimmage and the tournament where they put all of that into effect and really see how it goes. And that's really where even more of the critiquing part comes in, is actually them doing everything and reflecting on it at the end. So the three technologies that I chose to enhance my unit are Flipgrid, Play, Pause It, and Padlet. The first one I'm actually going to talk to you about is Play, Pause It, or Play, Pause It right here. Now, Play, Pause It is actually very helpful for PE teachers because it allows you to play film, play clips, and it can be controlled by the teacher to stop and pause at certain points to kind of emphasize what you're trying to get the kids to understand. So it's interactive learning because you can add a lot of the interactions as the video goes along. You can trim the videos to however long you need it to be, whatever part of the content. You can really just focus in on what you want to do. So I have an example up here of my Play Pause It, and this is kind of what the screen looks like. As you can see here, the video will play, and you can choose to add different interactions. So for example, my first one, I have a poll. What team would you root for? Just a little fun poll to get kids interested, Eagles or Seahawks. And then you can add different ones here. So I'm asking my students at this exact time, what kind of route do you see them running? It's a multiple choice. We have open-ended, check all, and if I click add interaction here, you can kind of see all the different options that Play Pause It has to offer if you wanted to add that into your video. Now, just an example for you to see kind of how it goes here. We might be a little slow down here in the PE office, but that's quite all right. Basically what happens is the video begins to play, and then it will then stop automatically by itself, and one of these questions will pop up. So that's what I'm trying to explain with the fact that it's teacher controlled. Oh, here we go. We might be able to get it. It's teacher controlled. So then that way you can kind of control the content that you want the kids to see. So Play Pause It, for this example, I have them, again, analyzing, critiquing a specific play that they can then apply and adapt to their own playing. So the next one after Play Pause It is we're going to talk about Flipgrid. Now Flipgrid is something that I'm very new to, and it really helps and targets those visual learners, because how Flipgrid works is instead of just posing a question and having kids either write a response or speak out loud, they're actually able to record a video of themselves answering those questions, and then they can comment on each other's videos. So it allows those kids who are more animated, who are more visual, love storytelling, it's interpersonal, that's things that they work better doing. So that's why Flipgrid can really help. Not only that, but Flipgrid is global, so you can have, if you wanted to really take the unit to the next level, you could have different students posting to other students across the world, asking them what it's like. Do they have football? A lot of people have rugby. They have different rules and everything like that. So you can have a more interactive part to your lesson as well. So again, it really is really great for those visual and linguistic learners, because not everybody is athletic. Not everybody is good at doing PE. But if you're testing their skills, their knowledge, using this aspect will really help them and give you a better idea of who's where in your lesson. So an example of a Flipgrid, so I have an example right here. It's a post-game recap, all right? Again, the students are in charge of their own team. So the students are acting as captains, they're acting as coaches, they're acting as referees, scorekeepers, they're doing it all. So post-game recap, the students, they've just worked on 2 of their plays in a scrimmage. Now, reflect on that. We're critiquing that. How did it go? What are some things you and your team need to improve on? So this is like a great real-life situation. After a team plays, they usually have a post-game interview. What went on, coach? What happened? So this is kind of your scenario here, and then you get to see your students and what they post. So you have videos that come up with their response.
To each other and look at each other in the face.
So then you can scroll through and you can see what every person posted, what they're saying, everything like that. And so it can kind of be a culminating activity at the end too, to see what every single student is saying about their team. So that's why Flipgrid is really awesome. It's one of my favorite new technologies that I'm looking forward to using. The last technology that I'm going to be adding into this unit to make it more, to enhance student learning, is Padlet. Now, I've used Padlet once before, like I've learned about it, but I haven't been actually able to use it in one of my classes. And after really looking at it a little bit more, I definitely want to add it into this unit. What Padlet does is it's kind of like an interactive bulletin board or an interactive whiteboard, chalkboard, as you could explain it that way. But it doesn't just allow you to post ideas. You can have the students post links, videos, more than just text, images, to try and make it more dynamic than just as if you were to say, write your ideas up on the board. It's a little bit more um, in depth and will create a deeper level of learning for your students. So not only can you use it as an idea board, but Padlet also has things like timelines, categories, connection links. There's different structures for the Padlet rather than just throwing it up on there. So it's a great way to have your students collaborate. Again, it's more visual, it's up on the wall, and it gives your students a voice. Take it from a kid who didn't really like to talk in class, didn't really like to raise their hand. This is a comfortable way for you to get kids to respond in a way that they feel comfortable, and you can still assess them in what they're learning. So I've, again, another post-game reflection, because it's really a lot about reflecting, a lot about critiquing what's going on. And so this question is just saying, you've played in some of your games, start to discuss what other teams are doing well. What are you noticing? So you're not just reflecting about yourself anymore and what your team is working on. You're trying to reflect on others as well. And you can see here that you can comment on each other's posts. So this, again, creates that questioning that you really want kids to start thinking more in depth, and really helps make your lesson, again, more diverse. You could even, in my unit, I also have kids critique their own skills and kind of rate themselves on how well they think their skills are. Again, you could create a Padlet asking the kids, what is it that you need to really work on? And you could have the kids even post on each other's saying, if you want to improve your throwing, you should really work on this, this, and this, so on and so forth. So that is my ninth grade flag football unit, and the three activities that I am using, or excuse me, the three technologies that are really enhancing is Flipgrid, Play, Pause It, and Padlet. I really suggest you looking into those technologies if you're really trying to enhance your lesson. They work great for PE, and I hope you enjoy this video.